One of the major challenges to correcting the deep problems of America's financial system is the truly weird notion that corporations are people. Shareholder activist, lawyer, investor, and entrepreneur Bob Monks addresses this subject and much more in Corpocracy, How CEOs and the Business Roundtable Hijacked the World's Greatest Wealth Machine and How to Get It Back.
What I was trying to do is to identify the current language with which we discuss issues of corporate power and political power in America today, and to try very carefully to suggest ways in which a legal vocabulary, an economic vocabulary, an ethical vocabulary are not really satisfactory in and of themselves to explain where we are. And you have to begin to try and see what actually is happening. And so out of this emerge sort of notions of the large corporation as a participant in political society. Well, that turns out to be the place you really have to begin, because for something over 100 years the Supreme Court has said that corporations are persons, and in the last...
The Supreme Court didn't say it.
The Supreme Court, you're right. They continue to ratify the notes of the recorder of the opinion in 1886.
A former railroad lobbyist.
Yes, a former railroad lobbyist indeed, and apparently made some money out of it.
Big time.
I'm shocked.
But in recent times, in particularly the Bellotti case and the Buckley case, the applicability of the legal vocabulary is quite pervasive, because it ends up providing us with a society that has constitutionally guaranteed free speech rights in corporations. So there's no legal way really to restrict their involvement in our political life. This is the kind of example of, this is getting the data. You have to know who the players are. You have to understand that everybody isn't in a nice, neat box, and that perhaps the informing language for a discussion of this kind is power. And a corporation is splendidly designed to permit the acquisition of wealth. And the way in which it does that is through the focus of power. And the existence in our society of artificial people with the kind of power that the largest corporations have quite clearly has fundamentally changed the polity. And I don't think that this is generally understood, so this is gathering the data. The important message about corporations is that they really are the best device that any society has ever concocted to create wealth. And then the real problem comes on the implications of gathering wealth, and to include in the language by which you account for that the various external impacts on society.
Externalities.
Externalities, as the economists would have it. And the difficulty is that there's a great resistance to trying to include those. So in effect, externalities are thrust onto the public. And the corporation doesn't have to be an evil creature, but the way in which the corporation now functions with its externalizing, it makes of every customer and every shareholder an enabler. Because when you buy something from a company that externalizes liabilities, you are making it possible for that company to be profitable, and thereby enabling those activities which are contrary to the best interests of each of us and a society.